Well, there's been the constitution of a selection committee to decide on which MP forms part of which committee in the House. Joseph Opoku-Gakpo, our parliamentary correspondent, joins us with more. Now, Joseph, what exactly will this committee do and who are the members of the committee?
It's a committee that will determine which MP should get on which specific committee in Parliament. So we're looking at the 16 different select committees and the standing committees of the House as well. So all the various committees we know, from the Health to the Finance to the Appointments Committee. Of course, the Appointments Committee we know already that it will be chaired by the First Deputy Speaker, as is contained in the standing orders. But the other members have to be determined by this particular committee. And this committee is chaired by Alban Bagbin, the Speaker himself. And then there are 10 NPP MPs on that committee, including Chairman Sabunsu, Afenyo Markins, Anod Dompre Frank, Lydia Sarah Malhassan, and then Habib Idrisu. So the leadership on the MPP side are all on the committee, plus Ambrose Derry, the former Interior Minister, Ignatius Bafwe, who are the former Minister for Employment and Labour Relations, Sarah Adjwasafo, Philip Basoa, and then Brian Echampong. So that's the 10 MPs from the MPP side that will be part of that particular committee. And then there will be 9 NDC MPs on that committee: James Aveji, Harun Idrisu, Muntaka Mubarak, as well as Comfort Doyle. So virtually all the leadership except Ibrahim Ahmed, who is the first deputy whip. And then the other members from the NDC side are Collins Dauda, Ebenezer Telabi, Kesel Atofos, Nladi Ayamba, and then Richard Echampong.
Now, what does the document say about the ratios in the House and how that informed the membership?
It's interesting that when you read through this document, and for the records, this document is signed by both Oseiche Mensah Bonsu, who is described here as the leader of the NPP parliamentary group, and then Harun Idrisu, who is the leader of the NDC parliamentary group. It talks of how, in looking at the membership of the 8 parliaments, and I'm quoting directly from the document, Israel, it says, membership of the 8 parliaments is composed as follows: majority caucus, made up of the NPP, that's 137 members, and an independent member, making it 138. And then minority MPs, that's made up of the NDC, 137. And then it goes on to say this ratio of 138 is to 137 in the 275 members of Parliament for the time being will guide the composition of the committees, the delegations, groups, and associations in the House. So the point is being made that this ratio, as we've seen it, representing 138, 137, will not only guide this selection committee nominations, but then it would also guide the general composition of the various committees, as well as other groups that we would have coming out of the work of this particular selection committee. And again, it's striking to find that this document references majority caucus representing the NPP MPs on that particular committee and the NDC MPs on that particular committee.
All right. Now, the NDC has all this while been pushing for the chairs of the parliamentary committees to be split equally between the 2 parties. Will this committee be able to address this issue?
That's exactly what they are expected to do. There is a general understanding in terms of what the standing orders require by giving a cap on the total number of MPs who should be part of each committee. But then when you read through it for each of the committees, all it says is the committee shall have a chairman, shall have a vice chairman, shall have a ranking member, shall have a deputy ranking, and then all the other members. So it states that and leaves a decision on the composition in terms of who should be where, first of all to the selection committee and to a large extent to Parliament as a whole. So yes, this committee will determine that subject to the approval of the House generally.
All right, thank you very much, Parliamentary Correspondent Joseph Opoku-Gakpo. But staying with this subject, an NDC stalwart and former member of Parliament for Ningo Pram Enoch Mensah has, meanwhile, described as needless the protracted minority-majority dispute, explaining that for him, the decision of the former MP to do business with the NPP side should have settled the matter.